I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we'll get started. I'm here today. Scott's here, Billy's here. Blanche is visiting Mako. Start off with board minutes.
I'll make a motion to accept the board minutes for February 20th.
No, second it. Any public comment? All in favor, say aye. We'll go into correspondence a little early. First one is from Shibu Aaron's. Senator Chester's representative. And he's. The letter stating that Senator Tester filed a CRA resolution with Senator Allen of South Dakota to overturn the Biden administration's recent decision on beef imports from Paraguay. Next one is from Montana Department of Transportation. And it's a reminder of the fuel tax certification that we need to do, and we'll put this on the agenda for next week. To go over the map. Good. And we do this every year. Pretty important, it's gotta be done by March 15th. And that's all the correspondence.
Like they adjusted it 32 miles, huh?
They did. Oh,
Went from 716 to 748.
yeah, there's gotta be more association roads.
You know, where some people said that we've gotten said before that they need to use that taxing on the county roads because it's taxed, but it says right here that maintenance is, it's not a factor in the fuel tax allocations. So they know some of that, you know where I'm going. Yeah. We've got to keep these two together and we'll sign the back one next week.
Okay, now we're in, public comment. This was easy.
Quiet day.
You got any public comment?
Say something, please.
Y'all really-
Yell at us.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Can you
Could you
explain?
state your name?
Oh, my name's Penny Murray. Do you need my address? 319 Alpha. What you were reading earlier about the fuel tax, could you explain a little bit more about that?
It's what we get money from the Department of Transportation on a two, that a rig, a two-wheel drive rig can access. And then we get money for that goes to the road.
And that goes for maintenance or?
Yeah, maintenance and gravel and just stuff like that. It's something that we really rely on every year. We gotta go through each map, there's Forest Service roads and there's kind of, there is all kinds of stuff. that we go through every year. This year, it looks like they're adopting 32 more miles, so that's helps big time.
Mhm. So you're getting taxed on 32 more miles than you were previously?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll have to go over all the maps and you gotta send it back to get money.
So they make the map.
So,
They make the map?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's keep about miles on. Keep back here, but yeah, you can look at. It's a good deal. I think it comes to what did we get last year, 65.
76 or 72.
Yeah, it's big chunk of money that.
Well, it's a big chunk of the road budget.
You know, it looks to me like they don't have where, you know, where the Tower Road goes into Stewart Lake Road.
Yeah,
That's not a.
so see, that's what we can mark and then we gotta get it back in before they accept it. You know, we just gotta put it on, mark it on the map, send everything back and.
copy of the.
Get some more snow now. Where do you live?
Out in Alpha. Most people know it as Agnes McDonald's old house. Section where the road kind of has two sides to it, but they only plow one side.
What's the road calls?
Alpha Street.
Oh, you're in town, yeah? Oh, it's a city, yeah.
Yeah.
Happening today.
Good morning.
Not much. Some of that even on that one stuff, you know, I thought Paul might have to look that over too, make sure we get
Yeah,
that for that. You get state tax out.
For what now?
well, our gas tax map, we gotta do it every year. I see they don't have where the Tower Road goes into Stewart Lake Road.
Oh, they don't, huh? Yeah, they should
Might
have.
be some more roads you wanna look at, might be some more roads there.
They put another 32 on, but we, you know, I have to look that together now, God, I want to look at that, we're gonna put it on the agenda for next week. So we get, if there's something, we mark and sign the map, send it back, and then see if they'll approve it. It's gotta be done by the 15th.
Yeah. And we looked at that last year and couldn't find any new.
What's that?
We looked at it last year and couldn't find any new ones.
And then that road, we got that grassy thing on, would that count?
think that, oh wait, gosh,
You're
that's
good.
up in Black Pine Ridge, right?
Well, it's a market.
I think those are all subdivision roads. I think they're all fighting over their easements within the
Gotta be a
subdivision.
public road, two-wheel drive.
Well, subdivision roads are public road,
Oh, yeah, I don't know. That's a good one.
in most cases.
Boy, they sure fight about it,
Hmm?
like, and they sure fight about that a lot, just like, for example, that, the road out there where where Jay Craig lives.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, man, it's a battle. Between them people, yeah.
Yeah, they were in here the other day.
Well, it was my impression that, you know, if UPS goes there, the oil guy goes there, the
Fuel guy goes there.
fuel guy goes there.
Yeah, I don't know how.
FedEx is a public road. But. It's a gray area.
Fire truck.
Oh,
I mean, there's a lot of ways, you know, how you look at it, but.
Yeah, I could call them on that number on that piece of paper, and ask them about the subdivision. See if they,
do we really wanna know?
I don't think so. I think that opened up all this can of trouble.
accept what they give us and move on. Seems like it's a lot easier now than they. Actually, something like this.
Get an extra $1,000 and they say, well, you're getting that gas tax money off the subdivision road, why aren't you maintaining
But
it? With probably the good neighbor policy stuff we do, repeat them.
What's that?
But that wouldn't even cover the stuff we do with good neighbor stuff, it wouldn't even cover that.
Okay, now we're with Paul learn about roads.
Well, we're just putting a little sand out for today. And, other than that, not too much going on. Had a little culvert issue, got Steve Brown, bought a few of them out, and got done with the weir.
With Brad there,
No, he won't be here for a few more weeks. So, but it's all within the scope, so I'm gonna meet with Brad. It's probably gonna be a month. And then we're gonna look at the upstream and do some of that other stuff. So a lot of the stuff that we dug out, we piled it against the bank and then came out, you know, like we talked about. We're hauling some of that stuff out of there. And putting it up by the shop, and we use that in spots we could use it for, and we're gonna leave some in there. And in the spring, then we'll put some in the holes and try and fix that road open into the plant. Just patch it up here and there in a few spots, you know. It's not the best stuff, but it's free,
Yeah.
you know,
yeah, not much fines in it.
no. But it'll fill a hole. But have to do something with it, so. Figured we haul some of it out of there. You know, like putting cattle guard in or something like that, you need just something to put down. I know what we're doing there, and then.
We're using the new trucks for what we got last year.
Oh, yeah. Both of them are up. Yeah. Working well. They are. You get around pretty good.
Really.
Yeah. Just so handy for turning around. You know,
Yeah.
they're short.
Did, get them all, get them parts and everything, thing again? Dropping.
No, it's still broke down, one broke the bell housing.
Which one's that?
Oh, it's 2 years old anyway. It's frosty, but the bell housing busted on it. And so it's in the shop, and it's hopefully be done this week. But I don't know if they're gonna cover it or not. We'll battle that battle when the time comes. They're trying to work with Commons in Navstar to try to get them to cover it. The truck's out of warranty. But that is a flaw in the casting. There's no way in God's creation that can happen. You know, get there. He said it was a miracle the transmission didn't fall on it.
Really?
Yeah. Then he couldn't do it. Oh, it felt a little vibration in the feet. So I get in there with the driver and just can't make it do it, you know.
Yeah.
So so then I'm not there, and then the son of a bitch is doing
The
it.
doctor.
Yeah. But anyway, and I got in and drove it. Quite a bit before I could finally make it do it. Well, anyway, it's at the shop. Another thing we need to figure out is if the buyback's due on the first grader. It's 5 years out, and that comes in July. So at start of July, if we don't do that, then we're out of warranty.
Can you get another warranty on it? Do that?
No. It's just,
Glenn's wanting me to ask you that.
yeah,
I think I told you.
I asked them, they won't do that.
Well, how much is buyback that cost?
If we do it, a new blade's $440, and they'll give us $240 for the one we got. And in a 5-year deal, you know, and so. That's whatever that is a month.
We're still paying because we put them all together, so we're still paying everything too, so we gotta be careful. We gotta look at that definitely before we.
Well, they're gonna be paid off like this next year, I think.
I think so.
It was a 5-year. We started in
But-
2021.
But I don't know if that covered, I don't know that the intercap covered the balloon payment, did it?
I think we, yeah, put up. What? I guess.
So there was so much and then there was a balloon payment and it covered it all? Trying to think, okay,
Yeah, it should have been all
Yeah,
of
we
it.
put everything.
okay,
Pretty sure. it was.
Yeah.
She had the paperwork here,
Because a balloon payment, in theory, would have been The
The
trade.
final, yeah, oh, yeah.
Trade
trade,
for the new one
okay,
would have
yeah.
been the cap,
Alright, so he was all included in that.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm sure it was,
okay. Yeah, we can double check.
but I don't know, it's. Better do whatever you guys want to do, it's just. I need to let you know that it's time.
5 years goes by fast,
Goes by faster than you think.
yeah,
I do know, I mean, if we got no insurance on them or nothing, we go a motor and you're $60,000-$70,000 putting a motor in it for. Computer issues, I mean, the list goes on, you might not have any trouble, who knows?
warranty, you mean, more,
Yeah, there's no
warranty,
warranty
yeah, the insurance.
after July, I meant.
Yeah.
I gotta see how we're sitting.
Then we got another one, goes back to that though.
It's in November. But if we don't ever do anything, then pretty quick, you're right back to stuff that's 40 years old. Right back where you started. You know. Gotta look.
I won't worry.
I know, but. But you know what I mean. It finally got good equipment, it's a shame not to keep it good. I mean, just. Set of tires for us, $12,000. You know, everything's just expensive.
Oh, solid waste.
Everything's good there for me,
Did they get the backhoe going?
yeah. It was just hold on it, so.
For the refined sample, everything's rolling good, we're getting overages coming in for last year, and we're also getting people buying units to offset some of their potential overages for July. We sent out that letter and it's working up some people seeing the savings. That's kind of.
Is Vicky training Ashley up on the process of getting it on the taxes, or is that?
Getting
Okay.
what on the taxes?
So the delinquent overages,
Well, she's trying to cover everything that she can, just
Okay.
on the treasurer side.
Okay.
And then when it comes to those units purchased that are on the property taxes, I'll discuss that. I think
okay,
it's on our list of things to
okay.
discuss.
I,
And Ashley's supposed to get with me, while Vicky's still here, and cover what I do as.
Okay,
as the company.
good.
So.
it's on the
We'll get,
radar.
yeah, you mean in the assessments, the units, per properties and things like that.
Yeah, I think every year those, when they're coming up, the delinquent,
I think
Well,
just get everybody on the same
yeah.
page, really, I'm going to, you kind of.
There's there's always there's delay on getting on there, but to keep the cycle going.
Right, but there's also Black Mountain and, the Department of Revenue that had their hand in it, they're doing
Yeah,
it too.
yeah.
That's a big.
Yeah, oh, yeah, but
I haven't heard a lot lately. You? I think slowed down, I think people are starting to figure it out now.
He's still trucking in the deer lot, so.
I talked to, do you want to update on what Powell County's doing? I talked to Lewis Smith, he's the vice chair of their, he was former county attorney over there, he's the vice chair of that board. And he said they're working with Grizzly on an updated agreement. Not that that directly affects us, but man,
Yeah, kind of all depending on what Robinson was gonna do.
Yeah,
Rob's
Yeah.
all over there too.
like for certain customers or everything.
His trucks,
His trucks.
he's just taking everything there to offset some of the, he thinks that the weight is being
Because
calculated.
he's wrong,
But that,
it's because his estimate was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And he called it over there cheaper than he could say that the 20 cents here.
Okay, for his, you're talking about for overages then, or people aren't covered under the co-op?
That he figures for his overages.
Okay,
So when it comes down to the end, when we told him he had to pay for his thing, he's taking over there, so.
Yeah.
Pay the overages.
but so he's doing a lot of business then with people that don't have units.
No,
That-
he's hauling our garbage there.
Uh-huh,
When his big trucks get full, instead of dropping them and drumming, he's taking them to Deer Lodge.
It's cheaper for him to haul them there, like to pay our overages at the end of the year. We come down to that end, when we're saying, well, you're this much over, you gotta pay for that.
Where he says
Oh,
he's got the
okay,
200 units or whatever, it's a lot more than that.
yeah, okay,
And then he wants
so
to-
he's doing the math then and keeping ahead of it.
But he's never had to pay the county, has he?
So all that
Mm.
poundage was what we were paying for, the county was paying for before. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? That we were getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, I mean, he knows he's off, or he wouldn't be hauling to Deer Lodge.
Maybe it's just preventative.
Yeah.
Thinking the future, maybe. Better to start. That's true.
here's what my brother lives here 2 months out of the year, and one of the things he was saying was, well, why shouldn't Grant Disposal get a benefit because they're benefiting their county? It's like, well, the benefit is really going to his customers, not him, in my opinion. And so, yeah, he's good to work with him, but customers shouldn't get that benefit, in my opinion. So I think your county's doing things right.
Yeah, my cousin here's 6 months out of the year, he gets his, whatever unit on his taxes, Robinson hauls his
Yeah,
garbage. And that's just the way it is.
yeah,
He gets his unit or whatever.
and he can choose not to use Granite Disposal too. You've got the option, so,
All about convenience.
yeah.
Yeah, any public comment? No,
No. There you go. Right. I'm gonna feel later.
yeah, take a look at this now.
Thanks.
Oh, here, will you sign this?
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
They're all,
Yeah, this is the main. Yeah, it's good to map here. I'm gonna have that for next week.
gotta have that.
Yeah.
Do you want me to take pictures of them and send them to you?
That'd be by
Your
far the
phone?
best.
I'll do that today.
Yeah, if I want my email, then I can just pull them off.
Yep, will you sign that? It's for Vicky. And don't forget, did you go up there yet?
Yeah.
You took care of that?
I'm on my way up to get, I have
Okay.
to go and get a heroin test. The only test I can pass. No,
Talk about versus a math.
no writing or anything. Big leak in a bottle of Hope. You guys, I hate everything.
That latches out, NACO conference. Actually, the traverse is gone, so it's.
No, I don't remember taking attention. Get about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I think in Lake Snell, so.
Can I fail? Oh, yeah.
They got 80 inches of snow last night, or night before last discovery.
I know, but we got rain and then
Yeah,
wind blew and like they shut.
8 inches.
night before last discovery.
At least it gets.
Yeah, yeah. Skin's good.
Get
Good.
spooky there for a while. Sure sad about that.
Yeah, school kids went up yesterday. Yeah, that was sad.
Sad. Not so lot for that family.
Okay, now it's time for Georgetown Lake. M Tender's report. His report looks good, but lake was going down a bit. 6429.05 and minus 5.4 inches. And we're at
492 last week.
And we went down a little bit, not much. And it was going down good according to the graph, and then all of a sudden yesterday, it jumped back up.
Up the north.
So it's been,
Yeah, it was snowing pretty good up there yesterday. The temporary modification is week by week, but, so basically just be keeping everyone updated. I think they were good with, for right now.
We're at 35, Chuck.
yeah, we're at 35, so
Morning.
Good morning. We have a few claims, if you don't mind, we have some time.
What's your thought? 35?
I'm gonna go leave it at 35 for another week, and then I might go to 40 next week. I mean, we're gonna get down. Thanks.
Some. I mean, this is very, we're pretty darn close. I don't know how much ice is on there. I haven't been up for a while. Usually I try to make it up with ground there. I don't know if the ice is out to the edge or just Silver Lake. Seems like when we get, this time of year, it gets up a little higher, then we get more from them.
Yeah,
Seems like it. All of a sudden it just,
Like a lot of these days, there's no snow forecast and it snows.
it was about signing. This gravel from Bob Weaver on this claim, that's on that Forest Service road that we just got paid for. He just turned it in. So,
Oh, on the,
yeah, that
yeah,
Oh, down Maxwell.
yeah.
you look at all these.
Gonna let you go through them and you want me to look at them?
So any public comment on my motion of staying at 35 for a week?
I'll second it.
Favor say aye.
Right.
Aye.
Oh.
Send the email out to everyone, but I think it's good. Yeah, before it was the valve and then it's a tank, it's just a small. Tank.
When did that happen?
Well, the valve wasn't something I have to do, and then the tank was last. Thursday or Friday,
Oh, wow.
probably Thursday.
And we're running out, got new handhelds.
Oh, yeah. They did a great job.
We infected them. Each part.
They highlighted it, I don't see,
Something that can't hurt.
I know it, they submit one for everything and it's.
Hard to see. I just thought that I did. Yeah, Drummond ambulance. The big one, yeah. I don't see the problem with it, it's just. It's only, when you keep going and. There, now.
Oh. No, they must have, they did that, I did.
Okay. I guess seen this, I'd rather ask before we.
Perfect, thanks for looking.
Okay, now we're in, Rising Sun update. Good,
What's that?
Yeah, rising sun.
Okay, so after the years and years of litigation and winning the district court twice, the Montana Supreme Court reversed the district court and ruled against us there. Basically, comes down to it. None of us were involved back in the day, that there was a failure of inspection by the county, but really, when we won on summary judgment and went up to the Supreme Court and they reversed it, they just remanded back to the district court for the narrow issue, just the narrow scope issue of whether the bond would freeze up, the design issues. So then when it went back, after we won the district court, went back up, then they looked at everything. So, oh yeah, that wasn't right. That's, we were arguing that over and over again. Yeah, this is just supposed to be over the narrow scope of the
So now what happens when it don't work, if something happens?
So really, it's on the subdivision lot owners to take care of it now, the homeowners association, in my opinion. The issue I see though is, I want them coming back and saying, oh, you guys, and you didn't tell us, we didn't know it was there, so. My thought was a letter that goes out to everyone. Linda's thought was, we send that letter out, homeowners are gonna be like, county screwed up here, well. I don't know, potentially my thought is, I could draft a letter for the fire department, send out saying, hey, you know, you guys, bonds not to capacity, you guys, you know. We're gonna, if you have a fire there, you guys need to take care of that pond and make sure it's functioning. So,
Yeah, I'd rather have a letter going to them, not, you know, just.
so,
Not bring us back.
yeah. So I worked with the fire department up there and send out letters that could with.
Yeah.
Not just.
Yeah, it's a huge public safety issue, and then they let them down.
Not
The
right.
other was not an issue before the court.
Yeah, it's gonna fix it, everything else, make it,
Yeah,
and then turn around and
How
that
many-
happens.
how many years?
Why do you
we-
believe in the court anymore? I mean,
It's
it goes-
frustrating, sit down with
it's not right, I just don't understand how the judge can come,
Years and years of him saying he'd do it, and the litigation.
sit right in here on record saying fix it and everything, make sure it's took care of. Frustrating.
Any public comment on the Rising Sun court case?
Easy.
I feel we're sometimes,
Anyone on?
Oh, now you got one.
Elena.
who is it?
Elena.
Oh. Lena? Go ahead.
Thank you for the record. Montana for Government Accountability Oversight, Elena Gagliano. I was just wondering, now that the judgment has been made against the county, are there any legal fees that the county has to pay? Besides, the regular fees for the county attorney, anything over and above?
Her question was, does the county own the attorney's fees, or they've been ordered? None have been ordered, and.
Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
So that, yeah, case is over, each party to pay their own attorney's fees.
So there aren't any extra fees to the county?
Not that have been ordered.
Okay, thank you.
Boys had a good season. Basketball team. I believe the West Yellowstone by 1 point in that morning. West Yellowstone ended up winning consolation. Oh, yeah. Good camp. Good challenge today, everybody. No, we beat Harrison at home there, so we're right there. Though Harrison lost the Manhattan Christian by 6 in the district championship game, and then by like 20 plus. Manhattan Christian's got a lot of tall guys that play good defense. Yeah. 6'8" kid in there, boy. But then yeah, like he's retired.
He's only junior.
I thought he was a senior, but I don't know.
In fact, Darcy said some part.
I hope he's.
Yeah. Last incident.
Yeah, but still.
You can take the chairs down.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot to
Pick 'em up
take
in
that.
their
They were redoing the wiring.
Oh. Internet.
Yeah. We got Wi-Fi back this morning finally.
Oh, you didn't have it.
No,
We've been out of power.
yeah, Becky said she didn't have power yesterday.
You can take them chairs down, sir.
I've been sitting all morning already. Well, let's do. Ready? Well,
Chuck just took the claims in. Basically, it's on that.
how's everything going? Okay, good. See you.
Sun's out.
Yeah, it is.
It's snowing hard there, man.
It's a little confused.
That's quite the beacon, isn't it?
Isn't that cool?
Quite cool looking, really.
Yeah, a lot better than the old
Is it
one.
gonna be green or white?
It's white and green.
Oh,
The standard civilian airports, one white, one green.
cool.
Yep.
That's awesome. I think it's up in the air, by the way,
Yeah, 30 feet.
30 feet, what they're gonna put in.
We started with a 25 foot pole and then we decided 30 would be better. It's the same anchor bolt pattern and everything, so. Cost a few dollars more and it still fits in the budget.
That just tips down to change the stuff in it.
Yeah, hopefully we don't need to do any of that, but yeah, it tips down for maintenance.
Sorry, Chuck.
Okay, it's 10 o'clock, time to start, with the update on Granite County Airport. For Chairperson Donovan Jones, review of KLJ quote, beacon replacement quote. And tilt down, full discussion and decision.
Okay, Donovan Jones, Granite County Airport Board. I guess we'll start with the ALP updates, the airport layout plan, that we still don't have a final plan from the FAA. I know they were short staffed. I think they lost some folks and the gentleman that's assigned to our project says that it's close. And I guess we'll expect it in March, the final version of that. We've had discussions about doing the displace threshold and the beacon that we have to put up on Rumsey and all that. That's all in that new plan, as well as the location of this revised beacon. So as soon as we get that, then I'll be back in there here presenting that. I mean, again, there's not going to be too many changes on that. Next item is the beacon. So thank you for your help putting that all together. We were approved for that grant for the full amount for $65,000. That covers the pre-engineering, it covers the equipment that we have to purchase for that and the labor to install it. So we're planning on doing as much as we can just with the airport board folks. I mean, there's some pretty talented people on the board, so anything that we can do to push this forward in that regard, we'll do. KLJ is working on the actual engineering of it. I apologize, I don't have their proposal. They were supposed to have that to me on Friday last week and we still don't have it, so I guess I'll present that next week. So they're gonna do the layout and the foundation design and the small amount of electrical work we have to do. So the plan is, it's in the drawing, it's kind of hard to see. It didn't print in black and white. I guess I used the wrong colors on it. But if you imagine the northeast corner of the airport, where the fence is right now is not the property corner. The property corner is actually about 50 feet to the north of that. So what we're planning on doing is putting the new beacon in the existing corner. So the corner of the fence right there. And that's right where the electric service comes into the airport as well. So I've already been working with Northwestern Energy on converting that to underground. So we'll go from that last pole that's in the field. We'll go underground and we'll put the main service in that corner. So it'll be co-located with the beacon. And the future vault, we have to put in a new vault for the runway improvement project that's going to handle all the lighting, the airport lighting, and the future weather reporting station and everything else. So that detail that's in your packet there kind of shows where the future equipment's going to go, where the new electric service is going to go, and where this tilt down pole is going to go. So it's all tucked up in the corner. It's not going to affect any future improvements on the airport. It's completely out of the way. It satisfies all the FAA's requirements. Like I was saying, we started out with a 25-foot pole because we thought that was sufficient, and kind of looking at the rest of the improvements around the airport, we were a little concerned that if, 10 years from now, somebody comes in and builds a 20-foot hangar, then that light's gonna be pretty close to the top of that hangar. So I mean, we're upslope a little bit. And if we go with a 30-foot pole, then we're definitely clear for any future improvements. So what we would like to do on this meeting, I think I talked about everything. Yep. Is again, we don't have KLJ's engineering quote. That's going to be a small portion of this, but we did want to get approval to get at least the pole and the beacon ordered because they kind of have a lead time. So if we can get those ordered and delivered, and again, I mean, I'm tracking the budget to make sure that we're all inside that 65,000, and we'll just keep proceeding with that. So that's the first thing that we need to talk about, and then I have some updates on the NRC.
I'll make a motion to go ahead and order the fifth pole and stuff so we get it done.
No, second.
Thank you.
Is there any public comment on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Alright.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and get that tape.
Okay.
So update, let's keep it posted.
Sure. Great. The next thing, just a couple more things, DNRC. So I've been speaking with those folks about what we have to do for the runway improvement project. And then in the future, they're also working on an instrument approach into the airport. The runway improvement project requires a little bit more. I think it's like 5 feet past where the fence is now. And the instrument approach requires that fence line plus about another 20 feet. That would be considered a no building zone, like you wouldn't be able to build any structures in that space. So what we're working on right now is what would the cost be to encumber all that land, everything that's gonna be required for 5 years plus. For the airport, and then we'll present that, and if that's acceptable the way it is, we'll move forward with that. If we need to pare that back a little bit, then we can go with the, what do we need in 5 years? Some of the things that are of a concern, I guess, is number one, the walking trail is right on the border of where this ultimate line is, so I'll need to talk to the city still about how we would adjust that. I mean, the trail would have to move to the east about 25 or 30 feet. So that would all be part of that as well, but again, it's all kind of preliminary discussions with the DNRC, so we're putting a packet together to try to figure out what that cost is gonna be and what that scope looks like. So we'll have
How's this gonna fit with the little home proposition?
I think what they're doing is, so I get calls from them every couple weeks, and I think they're trying to coordinate everybody, you know, what the airport needs, what this tiny home folks need, and I think there's one other project that's involved here, so they're just trying to see the big picture and see what land everybody's looking to use and see how it all works together. So we'll do our part, and put together the information that they're looking for and present that, and as soon as we have something to show you all, then we'll have that for you.
Did they act like they wanted to move that trail? Cause you know, there at first I was one of the biggest things they didn't want.
Well, yeah, I mean, we agree. We didn't wanna, the access road to the airport was originally gonna cut right through that and like right through the gravel pit. So we did agree that going through the park access and then coming in from the east is a better option, cause it doesn't impact that trail. But we can't really do anything about where the ultimate fence line needs to be on the airport. I mean, that's a FAA clearance requirement, so it's not. We can't negotiate moving that thing 5 feet to the west just to. So that we're not impacting the trail, it'd just be relocating it just a little bit to the east, it's not. We wouldn't have, the original plan of having the access road through the trail wasn't attractive because it'd be too much vehicle traffic. So going around it made more sense. And that's on your drawing there, it shows where we're proposing to go. Last one, not really the right time of year to be talking about this with maintenance. Thank you, Billy. I did get a hold of Paul. We talked about what the mowing plan is gonna be and how we're gonna handle that and the replacement of the cattle guard at Drummond. So I'll just be working with them on that.
Yeah, the military was there again this weekend,
Oh, yeah,
and they use that quite a bit.
good.
Hit, land over. Be nice to get that fixed up a little bit better down there, too, just
Yeah.
something going on, cause there's more and more there all the time, so.
Yeah, we need, springtime, we should probably roll it. Get something heavy out there to roll up to compact all that down. It is pretty
There's a
bumpy.
few ranchers have them great big rollers, you know, like, sure we could find somebody down there that could go out there and smash that down,
Yeah, that would help.
spray it and stuff. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I'm sure you.
Good, somebody is. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
Anything else I can do for y'all?
No,
Well,
good job.
no,
Appreciate
any
it.
other-
Thanks.
Any other public comment? Yeah, Elena?
Thank you. Point of clarification for the record, Elena Gagliano. You've been mentioning a lot of improvements for the Drummond and the Peaburg airfields. Walking trail, building structures, tiny home projects. Doesn't this all have to go to the planning board?
Yeah, but
We'll do the homes with
the
it.
airport improvements would need the tiny homes would, and that's still just, that's not been approved by the DNRC yet, so it's, yeah, he was just talking generally about all those things.
Okay, because the DNRC is an agency. And that's all that is. And they can, provide whatever, but it's still up to the town and the county and the planning board review, especially digging and underground electricity. So I don't know. I think it really should go to the planning board. I'll have to check further. Thank you.
Well, not the airport improvements that the county's doing doesn't go to the planning board.
No. Putting power in, we're not building.
Well, it's inside the airport fence.
Yeah.
it's already-
It's on the county's ground. The tiny home one, the DNRC owns that land, but yeah, they would have to go through the subdivision review process. But that's. Yeah, it's. Getting way ahead of ourselves there because they haven't been approved yet.
Any other public comment? No.
All right.
Thanks,
Hey,
Andy.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Have a
it.
good day.
All right, you do.
Cool to see the new beacon.
Yeah.
How long do you think it take? Get it?
About 10 weeks, I think they said is the lead time. We got plenty of work to do before then anyway,
Yeah.
so. All right, thanks again.
Yeah, take care.
Thank you. That's cool. Yeah, we're doing stuff on the town stuff, we don't have.
There's no guarantees the DNRC's gonna approve. That use.
They had a lot of trouble with that beacon before, remember it was done. And,
Yeah.
You know,
The
Don
wind.
McDonald called it, but
Yeah.
something going on.
Wind cut.
Yeah, something. there. Quite a few planes come in and out there.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's kind of weird out there. Drone one, it's.
National Guard.
How about the big?
Yeah. I've noticed.
Well,
Well, last summer I remember seeing.
this weekend, I seen three. It's come out, they were really low, I don't think they stopped in, but they always go through that.
Oh, they're getting, new helicopters in Austin, maybe they've already found it, there's an article about it. I think it's, that to do with security on the, yeah, the nukes. Yeah.
You were talking there with somebody was in, they talked to me, we were talking about that nuclear thing over there, how far they showed a map on it, wow. They, quickest responses was anywhere from 7 to 12 to 15 minutes. Let's say something reaches that fence or something.
They're right there.
They're
No, there's not a lot of, where they're at, there's not a lot sticking up out of ground.
Cause a deer got, they said, that deer got, I think it was Darcy Schindler's down. That deer got underneath the fence and.
They're right
turned it
there.
off, and they were right there, helicopters or something.
Oh, last year.
I don't know. If it's not or not.
Wasn't Chinese deer, was it?
Pretty interesting.
Okay, we're close enough, 10:15. Now it's time for resolution 2024-A, a Granite County resolution authorizing participation in Montana Board of Investment Short-Term Investment Pool. STIP. What are you reading?
Want me to give some background on this?
Yeah.
So the county has two accounts with the STIP program. With Vicky retiring, need to transfer to Ashley Todd as the
Person.
liaison, basically is what, so.
Do we do that until she's voted in or?
Well,
how-
my suggestion is we don't put interim on there, we just put Grace's Granite County Treasurer, and so then if she gets voted in, we don't have to do anything. But if someone else wins the election,
Just
then
redo
we'll
it.
change it, that work.
Yeah, sounds good.
So then STIP requires the separate resolution for each account. One's called Granite County, the other's called Granite County Tax. So,
You have two
yeah,
resolutions.
the 2024-8 is Granite County account, 2024-9 is Granite County Tax.
Okay, so I guess you explain that one. 24-9.
8 and 9. You could take public comment on it. This is just the first reading.
Yeah, is there any public comment on both of them? Yes, we go up until 10:30. Okay, 11 o'clock, we're gonna talk about Tri-County Fair Board update with Ben.
Yeah, I just wanted to get you guys, make sure you got all the information, I guess. I think it was last week or so, the commissioners over in Powell County were discussing kind of the reorganization of the fair board. So right now, they have it split, so there's a fairgrounds board. That's only the Powell County members do that. And then they have the Tri-County Fair Board, which is made up of, that's where our representatives attend those meetings, and they just work on solely the Tri-County Fair, which is what our kids go to, for 4-H. And so they just think they've had it on their agenda, and they discussed it, I guess, about just having one board with a subcommittee to do the Tri-County Fair. And I don't know, I guess, to me that it's already split, where you have one group working just on the fair, one group just doing all the other events that go on at the fairgrounds, so. I'm not exactly sure why they would want to do that. Thought you guys should know anyway, and maybe reach out and see what they're.
It may be better though if we had the people that are on the board be on that, not a sub, because they're more involved, because otherwise it's gonna end up.
Yeah, that would be my concern as well. It makes it, if the reasoning is to have two separate groups work on separate things, it's already set up that way. And so I don't know that reorganizing it as a subcommittee of one board really changes anything outside of, it makes it more of a challenge, I guess, for the
Yes.
people doing the fair to operate. I don't know.
I just think that they get left out on them sub ones, because then if they have a, where they're all lit, and the sub did get this, and then they're missing out, and it's a big, it seems like it's a big fight.
Right, because essentially, if it was just one board, it would be organized under one set of bylaws and all that stuff, so I don't know why, I guess they're wanting to do that. To me, it doesn't make sense.
So you're kind of telling us, like us, to write in the letter and not.
Yeah, I would reach out to them and
And see what their discussion.
through that letter, so I guess, are you in agree with that, Chuck? I just don't think they need a sub, I just don't believe, I thought we have that Pike County board, you know, and then they're all involved, they're ready to get a sub, and then it's one piece.
And do we have a say in it?
Currently, we do because we have the people that you guys appoint, to that board, and they have, you know, voting power and everything else. As a subcommittee,
You don't.
you don't, you have all the planning and stuff like that, but the main board would be the ones that would have all the control, I guess, as far as the spending power.
Yeah, you lose your
Voting
vote
power.
then on some of that too, so.
Yeah, you're essentially, I think a subcommittee would just convert everybody to just being a big planning group. So that's my concern. But yeah, I thought you guys should know and reach out to them probably.
Maybe we'll get a letter drafted up and then we can send it for next Tuesday's agenda and we get it. Go over it, make sure it's what.
Yeah.
Maybe she can get it to you earlier.
Sure.
or You can help her with it and then. We can go there and then next Tuesday agenda, we can sign it and send it over. I just
Yeah, and I
don't wanna
can-
sub that.
And I can get it to our fair board members, just so they see it too. But yeah, I just don't know, I guess. Why it would make sense to do.
I just do that, look that way, but I think get that letter to them right away, and you know,
Yeah.
on agenda next Tuesday.
Yeah, the other thing that there was a newspaper article, so you knows, but it was in what is that one in Deer Lodge Silver State Post. But their county attorney had looked, trying to find different records and whatnot, and they weren't sure how everything got organized by resolution or something. I know they were looking into that too, so.
Well, we're thinking about that sub, then these people that we put on the board, and they're gonna take the water.
Exactly.
So then you're gonna lose your,
Volunteer.
yeah, so that's what the only reason I don't agree with the
Well,
sub board.
That's why I thought they were doing stuff there a couple years ago, because they didn't have the paperwork, and so they were trying to get everything in line.
That's what I thought that they.
And I don't think it was ever signed. It's not part
That
of the
was the
issue.
thing that they, yeah, I don't know, when they reorganized it into two boards now. They're wondering if that actually got
Finished.
finished
Yeah.
or
I
not.
never received a signed copy, man. I was
And
told it
the
was.
stuff you and I looked
yeah.
at and read asked for signatures, not from commissioners, but from extension agents. So
It
it
really
was
should be.
never signed off on.
Yeah, it really should
Yeah.
be commission signed off.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, I just put it on as, I don't think I have to make a motion, that means I can put it on the agenda for next week and then discussion, decision, and make the vote on it then, whether it's in or not.
Are they wanting to do away with the fair board, or what is
well,
the
one of
status
the
on-
points of this, so one was to kind of sort out this whole thing about. How the two boards were formed and if signatures and all that stuff was actually collected or whatever. The other thing that they had brought up in discussion was. Turn to just have one board again and then have a subcommittee with the Trenton County Fair Board. Which to me doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, because they were trying to separate the liability.
The liability
of it all
was, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The, man, our defense, we'd ask for things, and yeah, we're the redheaded stepchild. Basically, that's the way it appears.
Yeah,
What happens to the money then we pay in if we were to become a subcommittee and have a say?
I don't know.
yeah, you still, I think it's part of using the
It's,
stuff over there.
yeah, it's
It
kind
goes,
of,
they got it set up and shows the lighting and all that, so it's still
If we don't have a say,
glass or why you don't want to sell.
Yeah.
Well,
Cause then you lose your say and you vote. I think that's kind of.
Any public comment? See none.
Well, thanks for all your work.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get that, we'll get on, get that next,
Okay.
they can look at it and see, or you guys look at it and see if you agree, if, you know, whatever.
But yeah, if you
Touch base.
have something to me ahead of time, then I can shoot it over to the fair board
Right.
members from Granite County to look at too.
Um,
All right, thank you.
Thanks,
guys.
have a good day.
Yep. You too.
Food up there right now.
Food.
Yeah,
Vicky,
Vicky's potluck
Oh,
retirement.
I forgot all about that.
party.
Thanks.
for the public.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. You're welcome to go up there.
I
There's
did
food.
forward the email to somebody that knows her pretty well. Are you going up there?
Sorry about butting in there, I've been like this for years, I guess what a sub is, just not. Which is usually. It's county law, county rules.
One or two people stirring it up, not want to be over the team. That's what happened. Oh. Oh.
You're up next. Finally, not.
See this rubber band right here. Is it yours?
Oh, no, but I like to think. Nothing.
Yeah.
You guys, a couple of things that you guys wanna.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Okay, we're gonna start, 5 minutes early. And talk about expected environmental determination for the Courtney Hotel project.
We're on.
Yep.
Okay. Penny Murray, I'm I'm the chairperson of the building committee at the Granite County Museum and Cultural Center, which is owner of the Courtney Hotel, which is a historic structure. It's a major primary structure in the Phillipsburg Historic District. We are applying for a grant from the state of Montana through the Montana Historic Preservation Grant for our project, which is to renovate the museum spaces as well as develop the 2 upper floors, which are currently empty hotel rooms that haven't been occupied for 40 to 50 years. So our overall plan, just to update you guys, is to take the 43 hotel rooms and convert it into a combination of single bedroom, 2-bedroom, and studio units. We would be getting about 16 units out of 43 rooms total on the 2 upper floors. And the idea there is to create workforce housing that would stay rental properties that would be Airbnbs or short-term rentals involving the workforce housing units. That income would help support the museum and the structure. Because right now, every cent they raise goes into keeping that structure intact. And so there is no money for development of exhibits, protection of the archives, being open more hours. Right now, they're only open, I think, 12 before May through September. And we are all seeing lots more tourism and people around more often throughout the year. So the idea is to take that income, make that whole situation more stable with the museum and the building, and provide a benefit to Granite County businesses that need to house their employees. So that's our overall proposal. Our grant, part of the grant process is we have to do an environmental assessment to determine whether we need to do environmental impact statement or just an environmental assessment, or we're exempt. At this point, we believe we are exempt, and that's what we're filing under, because it's an existing building, it's an existing footprint, and it's a rehab of an existing structure, which under their rules should be exempt. We're not in a floodplain, working with geologic features. There's no wetlands, it's already developed, it's already connected to the city. We do expect that, we will have someone come in to evaluate the structure itself for things like lead and asbestos, which we're pretty sure are there. But that's all contained within the building and will be part of the reconstruction process. So I am here to ask if there's any public comment, or if there's any concerns about the environmental assessment portion of this project.
Is there any public comment? Elena?
Thank you, Elena Gagliano, for the record. Again, I'll go back to what I asked earlier. Has this been presented to the planning board?
It's been presented to the Granite County Commissioners. It will.
I
go
know
to-
that, but that's not the planning board. I'm specifically saying the planning board.
Right, we're not at a stage where we can go to the planning board yet. We don't have plans yet. This is very, very early in development. The timeline for getting this grant is 15 months. And so that's why we have to apply for this now. If we get the grant and we don't move forward with the project, or the county says no, then we just don't get the money.
Well, the rooms are already there, they're modifying those, that wouldn't go to before the planning board, they're already. They're not gonna be separately sold, it's gonna be the museum, the LLC,
Nonprofit,
yeah,
501c3.
it's the nonprofits that owns it right now. They already have the rooms, they're modifying those rooms, they're not gonna, it's not gonna be condos or anything of that nature, so that would not go before the planning board.
It's located in the town of Phillipsburg. They already have problems with infrastructure, sewer, and water. They already have problems with leaks. And I understand this hasn't been supported by the town council. They didn't even know about it. And again, this happens to be in the town of Phillipsburg, just like the hospital facilities. The county may own the building, but it happens to be in the town of Phillipsburg. So I don't see why this isn't going through the planning board first for their approval.
It's not required. She did say they have a letter of support from the town of Phillipsburg. The town of Phillipsburg is actually putting out for bids their sewer project here, so that's gonna be, I assume, done this summer.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah,
support-
I checked with the town and they didn't have anything. I asked for a copy of the letter of support and they didn't have it. Thank you.
So as far as the water and the sewer situation goes, the building is currently connected to Phillipsburg Water and Sewer. By going from 43 hotel rooms down to 16 apartment units, we expect the impact on the water and sewer system to be the same, if not less, than what it has been in the past. And this is a project that is going to take multiple years to develop and to bring to fruition. And we have been assured by the mayor that the water and sewer problems will hopefully be in our past by then. So that's where we're at.
I apologize, she wasn't making a meeting, she asked you a question, you try and explain to her.
I move forward.
At least it's gonna be used.
Well, I would, blame Bradshire County Attorney, I was gonna give public comment that I agree with him, that it should be exempt, there's no, the purpose of this meeting was to talk about the environmental issues, and there's already existing hotel rooms there. It's not gonna, yeah, it's not changing, it's actually, yeah, like we talked about, it's gonna be, there's gonna be actually 16 out of the 43. And so there's just no environmental impact whatsoever.
What about the asbestos? Is there much asbestos?
We don't know for sure where it all is yet. We know there's some in the, there's 3 levels of boilers in the basement. There's the current one that we're using. There's one that was installed at some point that's no longer being used. And then there's the old original one from 1918. And our plan is to take that out and remove it. And we believe it is lined with asbestos. So there will be some asbestos mitigation. given the age of the building, we're assuming that we'll find some other asbestos, perhaps wrapping some old ductwork or that sort of thing. And we know that we're gonna find lead, so all that will be part of further engineering discovery.
Probably a lot of lead paint.
Mostly, I'm sure most of the lead will be lead paint and maybe some old plumbing fixtures. This is a chance to see how we're connected to city water and whether that involves lead as well, which I know is an issue in some of the older buildings. So all that, if we can mitigate all that, that is obviously to public benefit.
Any other comments?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go for it.
Yeah, go for it. You can want that on back.
I can leave one with you guys and then, this was just my rough draft that I'm working on this week of the questions they asked. And you can keep that one.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And then will you send me minutes?
Yeah, I will
Okay,
send them to you this week.
okay, do you have my email?
I don't know, will you write it down? Just make sure I have the right one.
I can write. Yeah, I'll just give her. Thank you so much.
Can you that other one back or?
No, you can have, you guys want to keep that?
Sure.
That's
Okay.
just showing
Alright.
2 preliminary concepts, because we are going to try to improve that, the entryway to the museum and the way it connects with the exhibits and make that more accessible and obvious.
Yeah, a good idea.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
Thank you.
For coming up all day and some comments.
It's always interesting to see what's going on.
Okay, we already did our closed session when we were down one other time, so we can adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
and second it.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah.